Professor Zithral's scales rippled with barely contained panic as she addressed the emergency faculty meeting at Galactic University Station 7. "There is an apex predator loose in the biology wing," she announced, her translator converting her distress pheromones into standard. "A Krell 9 shadow stalker. Containment failed during transport. Security protocols are in effect. All students must evacuate." "Wait," interrupted Dean Veltrix, checking his data pad. "Which lecture halls are currently occupied?" "Only Xenobiology 301. The class is." Zithral's color drained to pale gray. "Oh no. The human exchange student. She's in there." The faculty erupted in horrified chittering. Everyone knew about Emma Rodriguez, the first human to attend the prestigious university. The Deathworlder who asked uncomfortable questions and ate meals that would poison most species. "We need to extract her immediately," Veltrix declared. "A shadow stalker's venom can liquefy internal organs. She's completely defenseless." They rushed to the biology wing, security drones surrounding them. Through the lecture hall's observation window, they witnessed something that would be discussed in xenopsychology classes for decades. The shadow stalker, 2 meters of scaled muscle, 6 legs, and a mouth full of toxin-dripping fangs, had indeed found its way into the classroom. The other students, a mix of Viridians, Trell 9, and Pixith, had pressed themselves against the far wall, defensive biology activated, paralyzed with primal fear. Emma stood in the center of the room. "Hey there, buddy," the human said softly, crouching down to make herself smaller. "You're scared, aren't you? All these weird smells and lights." "She's going to get herself killed," Zithral whispered, her claws fumbling for her communicator to call medical. The shadow stalker hissed, a sound that triggered instinctive terror in every species present, except, apparently, humans. It raised its head, fangs extending, venom glands visibly swelling. Emma slowly extended her hand. "It's okay. I'm not going to hurt you." "What is she doing?" Dean Veltrix breathed. "Something insane," Zithral replied. "That's what Deathworlders do." The shadow stalker crept forward, claws clicking on the floor. Its sensory organs locked onto Emma's outstretched hand. One wrong move, one sudden gesture, and those fangs would strike. Emma remained perfectly still. "That's right. Come check me out. See? Not scary." The predator sniffed her hand. Then, in a moment that made the entire observation team question their understanding of xenobiology, it pressed its head against her palm. Emma smiled and began scratching behind the creature's sensory ridge. "Good boy. You're just a big scary puppy, aren't you?" The shadow stalker's aggressive posture melted. Its tail, capable of decapitating a Trell 9 warrior, began to sway. Not in attack position. In what could only be described as contentment. "Impossible," Zithral muttered. "Shadow stalkers are solitary apex predators. They don't form social bonds. They don't." The creature rolled onto its back, exposing its vulnerable underside to Emma. She laughed and rubbed its belly. "Who's a dangerous predator?" "You are." "Yes, you are." One of the Viridian students made a sound of disbelief. She's baby talking to it." "Emma," called out Professor Cormith, the xenobiology instructor who'd been frozen behind his desk, "please stop antagonizing the predator." Emma looked up, genuinely confused, while continuing to scratch the shadow stalker's belly. "Antagonizing? He's not aggressive. He was just scared and defensive. Probably hasn't eaten in days based on how thin he is." She pulled a wrapped sandwich from her bag, something the human called a turkey club, and tore off pieces of meat. The shadow stalker took them gently from her fingers, its deadly fangs carefully avoiding her skin. "You're feeding it?" Zithral's voice had climbed several octaves. "From your hand?" "Well, yeah. He's hungry. Emma shrugged. We do this on Earth all the time. Wolves, big cats, bears if you're patient enough. You just need to understand their body language and show them you're not a threat. Bears? Dean Veltrix pulled up Earth's fauna database. Those are classified as megafauna predators. You domesticate them? Not exactly domesticate. More like mutual respect. Emma was now using both hands to scratch the shadow stalker, who had begun making a rumbling sound remarkably similar to purring. Though we did turn wolves into dogs over a few thousand years. This guy's probably tameable with enough time and snacks. By the time security arrived with tranquilizer equipment, they found Emma sitting cross-legged on the floor, the deadly apex predator, curled up with its head in her lap, fast asleep. The other students had cautiously moved closer, fascinated and terrified in equal measure. So, Emma said cheerfully to Professor Cormith, "Can we keep him as a class pet? I'll take care of him. Walk him, feed him, clean up after him. I had a German Shepherd back home, that's basically the same thing, right?" Professor Cormith stared at her. A German Shepherd is classified as a domesticated predator. Exactly. Emma beamed. And this guy's way friendlier than Max ever was. The faculty meeting that followed was tense. The Shadow Stalker, now officially named Fluffy by Emma despite protests from the biology department, became the station's first unofficial class pet. Emma's argument that he just needs love and proper socialization somehow won the day, though mainly because the creature refused to eat unless Emma was present. Within 3 weeks, students were cautiously petting Fluffy. Within 3 months, he was attending lectures regularly, sleeping through most of them. Professor Zithral updated her xenopsychology notes with a new observation: humans do not recognize the concept of untamable. They see every creature as a potential friend, every predator as a puppy waiting to happen. This is either their species' greatest strength or most dangerous delusion. Possibly both.